Hello everyone! Welcome to this match in the Mania 7K World Cup 2023 semifinals between China and Thailand. These two are known to be giants in the 7K scene, but here we are right now in the losers bracket semifinals match. I'm Silvas Kaels, and joining me in commentary is going to be Surf285. Hello there, how are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing very well. We are indeed seeing two giants of the 7K scene. However, one of these two giants will have to fall and have to say goodbye to the tournament. We have China, who has been super consistent. They have practically placed in the podium for 2 World Cups in a row, trying to vie for the third one in a row. Thailand trying to break through that semi-finals barrier. With quite a team that isn't as ideal as what they would have had compared to the previous World Cup at this similar stage, but definitely capable of doing something special.
That is true, and you did say not as ideal, right? It just kind of reminds me, this Chinese team is also far from the one that slayed the Korean team, and I believe the only person that's from that's still here is a 4K game by, also known as Zhang Fan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yup, and that was from way back in 2016, so that's already around 7 years ago now.
Wow.
Well, a lot of things have changed from then.
But still, the fact that we still have like a piece of history in this match, I gotta say, that's gotta be an honor. And speaking of which, we also have Lost Cool in here, who has been in the 7K scene for a very, very long time as well, and has shown no signs of slowing down at all.
And if that match from last night against Brazil is a sign of Lost School not slowing down at all, I hope that they are capable of keeping up the pace, especially in a match this vital. And I will be seeing Thailand going with their opening pick as yesterday on that Brazil match, we have Sekus.
That's kind of I don't know, it's kind of a weird strategy, banning one rice and picking another to start, but hey, I guess they're trying to go for the accuracy route, although, I mean, I could argue that probably Turks is the one they're trying to target here, but Satori's act is known to be really, really good. So I guess they're just trying to hope that they're able to outact the Chinese team, but that's just a very difficult feat on its own right.
Well, anyways, now you mentioned the bans. Let us just do a recap of the bans. Thailand did ban Rice 1, which is a speed pick. I doubt I haven't seen Rice 1 being played at all. It might have been picked in an earlier match, not sure. And China banning Giselle, which kind of makes sense. You don't really want to play something 5 minutes long in a match this possibly going to be this intense. Though we've seen a lot of things changed with that 5-minute pick, but we won't be seeing that this time around as we go now for the first pick in this match.
Yeah, not to mention Thailand is also known to be really good at long notes. Lost Cool and Kenzie is a duo you'd want to avoid, especially for that kind of map. Although, here we go. I've known Turks to be really, really good at holding that combo. Like, that's essentially what they're known for. Lost Cool would certainly be one of the higher acts in the lobby if they do play at their 100%. But as of this moment, it's looking to be really, really close.
I think the main thing we should look at here is how Natsurio and Satori will be competing with each other, because I'm pretty sure Turks and Lost School should be able to hold on to their own very well. This is similar to the dynamic we had on the Brazil-Thailand match yesterday, where it was Sully Fangirl, Lost School carrying each other's teams pretty much. It was the second player really making the difference. But like, you don't really want to end up with that mindset, especially with a team, basically China having a super strong team, like hands down one of the strongest teams in the entire World Cup roster. So they have to be super careful with those kinds of things. As we now see Satori carrying the 99.91% act, Lost School at 99.89 if my eyes are not failing me. China having the overall accuracy lead this time around. Everyone's still holding on to their full combos. For mine.
Well, unfortunately, Natsuri is gonna be the first drop. And the accuracy is very far behind both Satori and Turks, at least in relative to Lost School's act right now. It's very unfortunate, but I guess they just wanted to get this out of the way, try to get an information from Thailand, from China I mean, but like, I don't like secede, conceding 1 point early on. I don't think that's a great strategy to have regardless of what they're going for at least.
Well, the thing is, Thailand picking this first. This is similar to the strategy I would think from yesterday. They did open with this pick, and it worked out for them, but it was super close. They almost conceded a point to Brazil as well, and like this is far from it. Like look at that score from Satori at 995k, and Turks not just 4,000 point behind. Oh my gosh, only 200s overall from China.
Look at Turk's score. It's 991, 991. That's actually very satisfying.
Yeah.
Although
That's satisfying.
Lost School takes the MVP though by around 18,300s, which is virtually nothing. But it's that ratio difference from Natsurio and the 200 counts as well that made the big difference, really.
It really depends on how Thailand will be working with that second player. They have to make sure that they are able to keep up with China's duo, obviously, and now China will be picking Chronostasis. A very good pick to open this match for China. It doesn't appear that Satori will be coming out, and we'll be seeing King Ji-Ding.
Yeah, this player, also known as QX0407, from what I can tell, I forgot what kind of map this is, by the way. Is this another rice pick?
Yeah, this is a mix. This is the primary mixed rice pick of this pool,
and
that's where, yeah. Carry on.
I really like this sub-in because Qing Jiding, at least from how I've seen them in previous MWC, which is the 2019 one, like they've been really good in accuracy in general, like matching players like Entozer on the late game side. So I think this substitution was very necessary, in my opinion.
We'll have to see if that theory holds, however. I mean, a lot of things could change within those... Wow, it's already 4 years since 2019. Well, yeah, just gotta remind you guys of the years that have passed.
Oh man, okay, here we go. I am so excited to see how all 4 players here are going to do, and we're just waiting for, client to load right now. Alright, should be fine. It's just a simple panic button, am I right?
And here we go with the second pick of this match. Chronostasis, a mixed rice pick by PWHK. Obviously, oh wow, King Ji-Ding and Lost School kind of forgetting to turn off autoplay.
Okay, well, wait a minute. Turk's having a little bit of a rocky start, but Natsurio trades it with a miss.
There you go. Natsurio might be the defining difference between these two teams, at least for the rice picks. I've seen Natsurio performing quite well on the LNs. That's why I'm kind of surprised that they went for rice for Sekas in their first picks against both Brazil and China. And we are seeing China just like pulling ahead.
That's true. I mean, Lost School is ahead of Qing Ji-Ding right now, but Turks, and just the difference between Turks and Natsurio is what's giving it. But hey, Natsurio made a great recovery there, so hey, the door is not closed yet.
But the patterns get a bit more trickier to hit here. Here's a speed section here. Lost School kind of dropping just a tad bit on the accuracy side right there, a few 200s, and Natsurio kind of having problems with the speedy stairs.
Yeah, I mean, right now, no player is affected as of this moment, but never mind. Natsurio finding a drop on the part, but I can't really blame them. That's a really, really chokeable pattern.
Team China is currently pulling ahead just a tad bit more. And Natsurio really have a problem with that transition as we go to the final chord streamy section of this pick.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Lost School is holding the fort against Turks. Unfortunately, Natsurio finding more drops. Are we going to be seeing another double FC from China? That would be insane. Lost School holding the highest act in the lobby by a fair margin, yeah. But again, it's the difference between the second players that's really making the difference.
Feeding holding on very well to that 99.88. That is super amazing. Turks. Okay, never mind. Double breaks from Team China.
Yeah, that was kind of sad.
Kind of unfortunate, but it won't matter.
So let's look at the statistics, shall we? So, actually, ratio-wise, Thailand would win this by the slightest of margins. But look at that 200 count difference. That's also a big deal. And the miscounts really what decided it. So Ching Jiding is ahead of Natsurio by like, I think that should be 60,000 points or something. 59,000 points, give or take. But still, that's a big difference, and you do not want that.
Now let's see what Thailand is going to be picking for their second pick. This is usually the time when I would probably be seeing picking Replica now. I don't think electromagnetic retribution is a nice follow-up.
See, pick a random brain could also work.
Maybe not now. Kind of risky this early on. You usually want to be super warm already when you go for Pecorando Brain.
I mean, that's true, but regardless, you should go for an LN. No rice can be afforded right now. Alright, they're going with your strategy, alright?
There you go. Replica.
I guess they're...
Replica, the reason why, because Replica is the most similar to the Cold Stream picks among the LNs.
That makes sense, and I guess they're going for probably Kenzie in here? Or not, actually. So we'll be seeing...
Now, again, I mentioned earlier, Natsurio performed pretty well in this pick yesterday against Brazil.
I guess
so it does kind of make sense that Natsurio is staying. He saw Kenzie really play Lake Valor and Maya Sotis, which I don't think Thailand will be picking this early on as well.
Here's the thing. So now you have Satori and Zhang Fan, and I kind of like expect these two players on an LN pick. I'm not surprised at all. Although we'll be seeing...
Well, China has that reputation to be a strong noodle team in general as well. Like, they're like one of the strongest overall. But we'll have to see if they are able to hold on to a Replica. Can they replicate that form that has been the cause of so much respect put to that team?
We'll be seeing now if this is going to be the right selection for Thailand. I mean, you did say that Pecorando Brain would take a lot of warm-up to like consistently hold on. But as of this moment, looks like both players from each side, the top players are even with each other. I was about to say the bottom players were, but now that's not the case.
Rio kind of having problems hitting that transitional pattern here. Just a short break. Just some space to basically recover your accuracy in case you drop any, but here we go. Everything starts to build up yet again. And the density will be continuing to build up. Van Wilder kind of getting a drop all of a sudden.
Yeah, but look at Lost Pool right now. Really trying to be the anchor that the team needs, but unfortunately Natsurio drops it. It's traded back by Van Wilder. However, the drop should not be too bad. It is a dead section and
Lost Pool having an uncharacteristic mess here. Only Satori left with Satori's full combo left in this multiplayer room. Natsurio getting yet another drop. China having quite a breathing room here over Thailand. They're about to enter the second half of this chart, which will be getting a bit denser. Lost School and Van Wilder trading misses yet again. And Satori still holding on to the 99.6.
It's those drops that are really giving China the advantage. It's not even that far. Like, if Lost School and Natsurio were to hold their combos a little bit more, this would have probably on Thailand's end. But right now, Satori is making use of that LN density like it's nothing.
Well, you did mention that if Natsuri wasn't missing, it might have been not enough, especially if Van Wilder is carrying that 99.39, Natsurio below that 99% act. And that miss is not going to help them any further.
It's Satori just gonna full combo this like it's nothing. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's a 985k for Satori. That's an insane spread from the Chinese team.
But
Again.
Lost School with the better act overall, though.
I don't know why, but look at this. Thailand has the better ratio overall again. Like, that's very interesting to me. Oh wow, both of them just left the lobby at the same time. That was so satisfying to watch.
Well, I'm not surprised now. Turks and
Turks
and Satori.
Are we saying Ching Ji Ding or something? Okay.
Actually, like some of these Chinese people in Twitch chat, can you please teach us how to pronounce Ching Ding's username?
Yeah, please teach us. We're not exactly the best, and we don't want to butcher it. But I'm just gonna say.
Anyways,
go ahead.
Well, okay. But for the meantime, like I'm kind of happy that China is going for this pick because like just continue the momentum really. They've been showing very well on like stuff that are a bit more abrasive, and this chart is super abrasive.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're seeing. Okay, so apparently it's up, down, up. From what I've seen in chat, so Ching Ji Ding, something like that. I hope I did not mispronounce it still. But regardless,
Ching Ji Ding. But anyways, let's just call him QX. We're doing time.
Okay.
We don't butcher it.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, QX. So we have QX and Turks versus Lost School and Natsurio. I think QX and Turks is like a very scary pair on Rise, especially for late game.
Definitely, and this chart is really leaning towards that super difficult side of the pool already. And also, just to mention, this is an OC original music, specially composed for this Mania 7K World Cup. And we are seeing that right now. Lost School getting a very early drop that won't matter in the long run, I would think, because again it's still super early. But you don't want to commit any of those smaller mistakes now, especially the Turks and QX are going to be carrying that accuracy load very well.
Look, like if there's one team you want to avoid making mistakes on, it's definitely the team with like players who've been holding very high combos, and that's definitely the Chinese team.
And
wait a minute!
Turks getting an uncharacteristic drop, however.
Look at this! The athlete is now in the Thai team! Very surprising. We've never seen the Bard in the Thai team until now.
Luxurio actually holding on very well with a 99.1.
Oh
However, they dropped Ching Cheating, also getting a mistake. So no more full combos left in any of these players at all. Lost School with the only sizable combo. And the lead is on China's side again with consecutive drops from Natsurio. And getting yet another drop. And as we're about to enter the second half of the chart, which gets a bit more abrasive. So if that's a sign that China might be pulling a bit more ahead, Thailand has to take note of that.
That's true, but like that, I was feeling a little bit bad because the door was already open.
Getting yet another trade, and it was a messier drop from Natsurio, dropping already down to 98.5.
Oh man, Natsurio's dropping.
Turks and QX holding on very well with that, and Turks at 99.4, just doing well enough to make sure that they have enough breathing room. Lost School at 99.7, overall the best act in this lobby, but like considering the form of their opponents, I'm not sure if that would even matter.
I mean, that's true, but unfortunately it is what it is. Oh, wait a second. It's those drops from Natsurio. Like, if it weren't consecutive, I feel like Thailand would have still had the lead of some sorts. It's the consecutiveness of those drops that really gave it to the Chinese team right now. Oh my goodness. What is the score from Lost School, by the way? What? Wait, and that had a drop?
Yep.
Wait a second. Let's look at this again.
Wait a minute. I think this is the...
Wait, 2x200s.
Okay,
When? What?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but this might not. This might actually be a lower score than Law School score from yesterday against Brazil.
Well, regardless, I
I
don't
I
think
I, I kind of forgot what is the exact score, but like still,
okay.
this is good. This is really good.
I don't think it was 2x200s though. I feel like this is still better. Like 2x200s on a map like that, that's insane. However, again, it's those 20 misses really. If it were like only 4 misses and they weren't consecutive, Thailand would have taken this. So now 4-0. What does Thailand choose? I don't know. I would risk pick a random brain at this point. I don't think the release pick or like the slow pick makes sense. Okay, I'm sorry, Sirchu. But like I don't know. Something tells me China's gonna do really good in that. Well,
I'm well. There you go. There goes. There goes what you want.
you know,
Well, I do like this pick actually. I do like this pick. Don't worry.
you know, funnily enough, I don't know why, but both the Ellen picks were like the two maps that we wanted Thailand to pick. So I feel like they're secretly watching us.
But like, it. I mean, here's the thing. Like, if they're going to be picking Lake Valor or Maya Sotis, it would really depend on whether they have their other players just behind, like warming up, because like from what I've been seeing, like Natsurio's consistency is fine per se. It's more of like, can they maintain that form on picks that are definitely slower, and like you don't want missing all over the places. Both picks are super slow to build up on combo on.
But we just have to
And we're
see
seeing
because
Satori and Van Builder for China.
I don't know. I do like this pick from Thailand, but I still think they're in a sort of disadvantage because we've seen them play on that one other Ellen pick, and right now it's not exactly looking the best for them.
Uh,
So last of this moment, we have a sort of density mixed with coordination right now, which is certainly very close. It's that advantage that Law School has against everyone else that's giving Thailand a shot. But that drop from Matsurio is unfortunately going to give the lead to China. And look at the length, 1 minute and 40 seconds. But wait, Satori finds a drop. That is a very unfortunate one.
it was a pretty clean drop from Satori though, so it wouldn't really matter that much,
Wait a minute.
especially with the combo build.
You might be wrong there because yes, the combo is building up. However, the bar is shrinking as well. And Law School's advantage is not going away anytime soon. Satori drops
And
once
Satori
more!
getting another drop, and Natsuri trades though. And that gives China a bit more breathing room because Natsurio's drop was pretty messy. 0.3% actually dropped. And
That's true.
Satori still maintained at 99.3.
Van Wilder. Honestly, the reason why China has this lead though is because of Van Wilder's combo as of this moment. The coordination with both hands is just really giving it their experience for how many years already has been paying off so hard for both Law School and Van Wilder. But unfortunately, as of this moment, I don't see this lead going to Thailand anytime soon. Even with the drop from Satori, I don't think it's gonna be enough. And there we go, a 90,000 point victory.
It's match point for China
Oh my god.
with their pick as well.
Oh my goodness! Look at that! Look at that FC from Law School again, and Van Wilder having a
That is
really
pretty
strong
good.
one. Is that FC by Van Wilder? Honestly, if they had the same score as Satori, this would have probably gone closer to Thailand's side. But at the end of the day, even with the very strong score, if the team composition, like if the team is not able to hold both of their grounds, then I mean it's not gonna cut it. Because after all, this is a team tournament and not a solo one.
Go China. I would probably be seeing them picking Plastic Girls or Electromagnetic Retribution if they're going for any of the rice. But if they're going for any of the hybrids, possibly Bouncing might be a decent pick for them. And there you go, Plastic Girls here coming from China. Going to be abusing that act now from these core jacks. But like, these core jacks aren't exactly the ones you'd act.
Look, I feel like the more technical it is, it would probably favor China more. Like, based on how the match has gone, Thailand has definitely had the short end on the stick when it comes to misses. So I think this should benefit China a lot more. But wait a minute, they're putting in Satori here, which I think is a fair choice, because Satori would definitely be able to offset the accuracy disadvantage that potentially one of the players could have. And as I do think Satori is the best player in terms of accuracy for the Chinese team. So yeah, here we have it, Plastic Girls. This is the pick that China will choose on the match point. Oh, wait a minute, Tick's missing at the start. That is really, really bad news.
But it's a start of the chart, however, so it might not matter in the long term. That really depends if Thailand is capable of holding on to the denser core jacks that will be coming in a few moments from now. But so far so good here. Lost School getting the best act as well in the entire lobby with a 99.91. That's really holding on very well. And here we go. The core jacks start to get a bit denser.
Oh,
and
wow.
Satori getting a drop.
The thing about these core jacks that gives... Go on.
Yeah. These core jacks are a bit more spread out but with anchors. Natsurio kind of getting a major drop there and getting yet another one, giving China the lead.
Oh man!
Natsurio actually struggling now.
But the rest of the players are keeping it up now. The thing about chord jacks is if you miss once, usually you miss multiple notes on a chord. So each one would matter much more, and unfortunately Natsurio has dropped a lot consecutively. It's not over yet. You can still hope for misses on the Chinese side, but it is looking a little bit dim.
Both Chinese players just falling ahead, just pulling their team score ahead of Thailand, especially with Natsurio keeping on getting those drops. Lost School Sterry carrying that 99.9. Like, it is gaining act.
It's very unfortunate, but at the end of the day, only one has to be crowned as the victory. And I think that is going to be the Chinese team unless something major happens. Well, Lost School drops, but at the end of the day, it was already over for a while. And that should do it. The Chinese team has secured their slot, punched their ticket to the finals week 1 of this tournament. Wow, what is that ratio from Lost School?
Yup.
Oh
yep.
man.
Lost School, pretty decent at the game. Pretty decent.
Yep, pretty decent, pretty decent. But hey, I mean, I gotta say, like, both the Chinese and Thailand team did a great job. I know that this is 6-0, but still, that was an amazing effort from Thailand. That they had some points which they could have almost taken, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Unfortunately, they're not able to break through the semi-finals barrier. But this is a really difficult one to get over with at the end of the day. So yeah.
Well, in the end of the day, there will only be one winner. Congratulations to China for advancing to the next round, and thank you so much to Thailand for putting up a show, especially Lost School, who has been super phenomenal all tournament, the entire tournament.
Yeah, I mean, Law School only lost one MVP point in this match, and that was an LN3, which they almost also took, so that's an insane performance in general. But anyways, with that being said, I believe there's still one match left, which is the Philippines versus Malaysia, which should be happening in an hour and 30 minutes. Man, I can't wait to see this match.
Yeah.
But you know what? I just remembered something right now, Surf.
Yep. What is it?
Well, if you want to support your team, please never forget that we have the banners still open. You still have a lot of time to buy those banners for the teams that you want to support, especially the ones that are from your country or just, the team that you just want to see go far in the tournament. The donations would go to the prize pool of this tournament, so we would really appreciate if you would support your own team that you really love through those banners.
In addition to that, there's also the Open Collective Initiative, where you can also directly donate for the prize pool. Especially with these map pools being super hard, these players are showing quite the effort, and they really deserve your support. They will make sure that they get the prizes they deserve. Now, is there anything else?
Well, nothing much. I mean, it was just a great performance from everyone. Just congratulations to both teams, especially to China. But that's about it. How about you, sir?
Well, obviously there's just one match, and it does make sense that I won't be able to commentate, but I'm super envious that you will.
It's alright. I mean,
Yeah.
just
Have fun with that.
Thank you so much. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for being with us, everyone. Stay tuned for the next one, and you do not want to miss that.
License to leave, you must leave.